What is up, everybody? Welcome to episode 47 of the Nightly Nonsense Podcast. It's a sad day, folks. Episode 47 will be the
Ugh.
last episode of the Nightly Nonsense Podcast.
The farewell.
The farewell tour.
Boo.
We had a good run. It's been a blast.
It has.
All good things must come to an end,
It
And
is.
we don't want to be like one of those television shows that they drag it on for 2 extra seasons. It gives a sour taste in your mouth. We want the people to remember us how we were,
Yep.
Exactly.
We're not trying to go on after Michael Scott. After Steve leaves, we got to end the show.
Exactly.
And we're going out on top, honestly.
Yeah.
We had
18 views last episode.
Exactly.
Woo-hoo.
4 comments on the episode before that. Like our numbers are high.
Going out on top.
Exactly. It's good. But it is a sad day. It's a sad day, bad day. But I'm glad that we shared this time together, boys.
Yeah. No regrets at all, and it really isn't even like it has nothing to do with viewers or anything like that. It's just life gets crazy, and jamming one extra thing in during the week, as silly as it sounds, it's tough to get 3 grown men's schedules lined up somehow. I don't know. We managed to get it once a year with the golf trip somehow working out, but weekly it is tricky.
Yeah,
it is. And last week we had to skip an episode.
I'm going to Canada next week.
The skips have just been becoming a little more frequent. It's been getting tough, and
and
it is what it is.
It just wasn't fair to the viewers. Honestly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's all about the viewers.
Yeah, exactly.
And at the end of the day, you two got an invite to my sister's wedding out of it.
Yeah. So it was a success overall.
Exactly. We got what we wanted. So thanks for tuning in. No, I'm just kidding. We'll give you guys one last show. We'll put on a hell of a performance. So we're gonna get right into it. So Dave, right before we got on this podcast, you were showing us something on your computer. And one of the tabs on your screen was, how do people with one leg buy shoes?
Yeah.
That was obviously like a fake search. You weren't actually looking that up, were you?
Yeah, obviously I was interested.
No. That was planted there because you were sharing your screen.
That was an industry plant for sure.
Obviously not. No, it was. But no. That is.
Are you actually like, clearly that popped into your head for a reason? Like that is what you decided to search. So
that was what I searched to put as my plant when I decided to show you guys my screen. But yes, if you really think about it, like if they go into a shoe store, a one-legged person has to buy 2 shoes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But the shoe for the foot that they don't have, or the leg that they don't have, is a complete waste.
Why?
Yeah.
Because they don't have a leg for a
foot.
foot.
Most people with one leg, though, have like a prosthetic that they put a shoe on, though.
Oh, can you imagine if it's like they're... you're saying...
Most people with one leg don't just hop around.
Well, a lot of them have these new age prosthetics where it's just like more of the little blade action. But
those are so cool.
No.
That's also not the average.
They're not wearing. Nobody's wearing blades on the daily. I don't think. That's like for like sports. That's their backup leg.
Is that like
those are pretty cool?
Is that like putting the Crocs in X Games mode?
Yeah, it's putting them in sport
mode.
It
is. Well, you're right. That's a good point. I didn't think about that. But what I was thinking, where my head went, right, was that I think I found the reason as to why sometimes when you go to the shoe store, there's 2 of the same foot in a shoe box. It's because all these one-legged folk are out there.
All those one-legged folk that you're seeing on a constant basis at your shoe stores
are out there.
That's so ableist.
It is. You're right. It is.
No, I don't think it has anything to do with the one-legged people.
I think it's just the people at the shoe store being dinguses.
No, it's people that have 2 different size feet. Some people have different size feet, and they'll buy and they want to buy like an 11 in this and a 12 and on the right foot or something like that. That's why
I'm not talking about different sizes in different boxes. I'm talking about if you go and pick out a box and the box has 2 left feet in there.
I also.
Where are you picking out?
I was gonna say, when's the where do you buy your shoes that like?
I worked in the Under Armour store. It happened all the time. I found them, and I was like, "What is this? Like, how did this happen?"
I was gonna say,
and
like,
then most of the time, I ended up finding them just, and someone put them accidentally in a different.
Are you
box.
talking the Under Armour outlet store?
Yeah, that's exactly. What I'm talking.
That's just mistakes made by the staff because you guys are churning and burning through shoes there.
Churning and burning. Speaking of churning and burning, I could fold shirts with. All right, anyway, I'm off topic, but I could churn through some shirts. But anyway,
You use those board things?
Oh yeah, clipboard.
I want to get one of those for my house. You just lay it down flat, and you're like flop, flop, flop.
And then I worked on.
I remember the
infomercial
infomercial for those.
I worked in the overnight stockroom crew, so I could probably fold about 100 shirts in under like 6 minutes.
That actually sounds fun. The overnight stockroom job. You and just two buddies just cruising through some folding all night long.
Yep, I did it in freshman year of college on Tuesday nights and Thursday, I believe, from 9 p.m. to 3:30 in the morning. It was awesome.
Any bump in pay for the night hours, or was it the same?
Nah, it was the same, but then I didn't have to worry about working on the weekends that way, and I still got the hours and made some cash.
So did you have classes the next days?
Yeah, I did. But I didn't do it.
You were a good student. You probably did actually attend those classes.
I did, dude. I went to all my classes.
I didn't go to any classes.
My worst classes where I didn't attend or I was in there dozing, I went to SLU, so I had to go to Theology 101 freshman year, and it was in a big like hall with like 100 people, and I was up in the top left corner of that place just snoozing. I had no idea. I was
probably sawing back there too.
First semester, freshman year of college, I had public speaking at 7:30 in the morning. My attendance to that class was lackluster, to say the least.
What is a 7:38? I've never even heard of that. Like
Arkansas had 7:30s.
Who is doing that and why?
Adam, obviously. That's crazy.
I had like a late registration. Like I went to one of the like last freshman I can't think of the word, so I'm going to say onboarding because that's the corporate term.
Sure.
Orientation?
Yeah, freshman orientation. So like I got the worst times for everything my first semester freshman year because I was such a late orientation. All of the good class times were taken.
Oof.
So like my schedule sucked. Like it would be like I would have like a 7:30 and then my only other class that day would be like a 3:30. Like I had just horrible gaps between everything.
That sucks. That's terrible.
But we made it through.
Yeah. After later in college, I decided that all of my classes I was doing in the afternoon. I'm not a morning person, as we've all established, or as we all know. And so I was a big like 1:30 p.m. and later on my classes guy.
Yeah. After my junior year, I definitely I didn't want to take any morning classes. And then I realized I didn't want to take any afternoon classes either, so I just didn't take any classes.
I knew exactly where that was
stopped
going.
doing school.
And then you were like, I just decided I'm not going to do it anymore.
Oops. Can I go make money?
Senior year, I only was doing 12 credit hours. I think both semesters senior year. So I did all of my classes on Tuesday and Thursday. So I wouldn't have class Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Oh yeah. Yes. That's
what the smart kids did.
Genius. There was nothing better than a little class schedule manipulation by the time you became a senior.
Of those 12 credit hours, I was probably attending 6 credit hours on a consistent basis. So really, I was only going to like 2 classes a day tops.
Now, I did go to class, but I did manipulate the schedule with the best of them. But I was always going to class.
I was very much just do the absolute bare minimum.
Respect. And you know what? You made it and you graduated.
Like, I was because did SLU do plus minus? Mizzou did plus minus, didn't they?
What is that?
I don't know what that is.
Like at Arkansas, a 90% and a 100% were the exact same. And a B minus and a B plus were the exact same.
No, I actually got an 89.7 once in algebra, and I got a B instead of an A.
Wow. No,
But
He
it
wouldn't,
was-
he wouldn't even round it up.
You guys had plus minus though, is what I'm saying. Where like
we had normal.
Oh, you had
grades.
normal?
We had normal grades at SLU. Like, as in, like a 90 was an A minus, and a 95 was an A.
Yeah, but like when you calculate like high school GPA, all A's were like 4, like all B's
Oh,
were
you're
3.
saying for GPA?
Yeah, like for GPA, like was an A minus weighted the same, or was like an A minus technically like 3.7 and an A plus was 4.0?
It was an A minus with a 3.7, and
so
and
Arkansas A minus was like if I got a 90 in a class, it was the exact same as getting an 100 in a class. So like come finals week, it would be like I have to get a 95 on the final to get an A, or I have to get a 42 to get a B. So I might as well just not study, walk in, and take my B.
Oh my god!
So I was like, "There's no way I'm getting a 95 on the final."
You could have, but
I mean, probably.
would it really have changed anything in the long run?
No. Stay in school, kids.
Stay in school for a couple years. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, but you don't have to, because look at Chris. I mean, Chris turned out amazing and didn't stay in school.
I feel like I should be able to like petition them and be like, hey, like I've had some, solid success in my professional career. I was pretty close. Like, can you just slide me a little honorary degree or something?
Yeah, can I just get one of those?
An honorary degree. I like that. You know, like people who give commencement speeches and they get honorary degrees.
Yeah.
I think you deserve one of those.
Let me get one of those.
If we would have kept the pod going and became successful enough, you could have gotten a commencement speech, like an invitation, and then gotten one of those.
Yeah, maybe.
Tune in next week for episode 48, I guess.
We're back. No, did you guys hear that Travis Kelce's podcast just made like, what was it? $400 million or something like that?
I saw.
Does that sound ridiculous?
They just got a deal with somebody. Did they get a Spotify deal?
What's it called?
New Heights.
Yeah.
I heard about this, but I didn't hear the amount of money. I know it was a ridiculous amount of money. 100 million. No.
Inc. 100 million Wondery deal for New Heights.
Yeah, 100 million. It is. It's 100.
That just seems like cheating.
Have you guys seen, now speaking of Travis Kelce, have you guys seen the like thing that's blowing up the internet right now?
No.
Apparently some girl, people can't tell if it's real or not, but it's basically like a contract from Travis Kelce's PR company outlining like the actions that would take place if Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift break up. And there's like a line in there that says like the date that it's going to happen. So people think they're like, everyone that's like, this whole relationship has just been a publicity stunt is obviously like, this is proof that it's that way. But I listened to like KFC Barstool's breakdown of it. He's like, every single PR company for every celebrity probably has every single one of these for if they break up, if they get married, if Travis Kelce gets hurt, this is what they're going to do. But the weird thing is like the sentence about like when it becomes active that people are losing their minds about.
Interesting. That sounds like a crazy job. Can you imagine just sitting there drafting a document that's like, if these two people break up, then this happens, and this is what we tell everyone.
Yeah,
it's like a prenup for like not a marriage, more or less.
Yeah,
but it's like, how are we going to handle like what is our PR going to be if they break up?
Yeah, it's not like a prenup and like dividing stuff, but it's pretty much a proactive plan of attack on how we're going to publicly go about this if we break up.
Crazy.
And Travis Kelce's legal team denies the breakup contract.
Correct.
Quote, saying it is entirely false.
I don't know if you could pay me enough money to the point where I had to deal with that kind of stuff.
Like that was just your day-to-day.
Yeah, like I just have to like, oh, hey, Trav, did you have time to read over the contingency plan for if you guys break up and the messaging that we're like, no, what are you talking about?
Immediately after the fallout, you're going to go on Fallon. The next day, Taylor will be on Kimmel, but you'll get Colbert. Like,
yep. I mean, dude, I don't know. I think I would like that.
You think you'd like to be famous, Dave?
Like to be famous? That wouldn't be famous doing that.
That's what I kind of mean, though. Like, just having so many other people like involved in your daily decision making, and like everything you do is affected by it.
I wouldn't like that. I would like to be a middle tier
celebrity
player, I think.
A middle tier celebrity? You want to be like a what do they call those? A B-list celebrity?
I want to be able to go. I would still want to be able to go out in public and just have people being like, "Why do I know who that guy is?" But they never actually come up and talk to me. And then they get home and they Google it. They're like, "No way, it was the dude that
kid from Project X."
Exactly.
I think I would like to be Paul Rudd.
I'd like to be an astronaut, but not Paul Rudd, like a more a lesser organization.
I'm sitting here thinking about Paul Rudd is not very famous, but he is kind of famous.
That's crazy statement.
Paul Rudd is super
so
famous.
Yeah, but like not though. Like no one cares what Paul Rudd's doing. Yes, he's super famous.
Crazy.
Yeah, I don't think that's true. People love Paul. Like I feel like Paul Rudd has like his own contingency of like fan base.
Okay, let me take it back. He was
like
famous.
Sexiest Man in America like 2 years ago.
I agree. Okay, let me back up. He's very famous. Everyone knows who Paul Rudd is. But I also feel like the paparazzi's not walking around following Paul Rudd.
No, I got a way better example. I just got to figure out what his name is.
I feel like the paparazzi's probably following around Paul Rudd.
But he doesn't live in LA. Like he does his own thing. He lives in Kansas
could probably
City.
search Paul Rudd right now, and there's probably like a current news story, and it's like him walking down the street.
You think? I feel like I just backed myself into a corner on this.
There's just so many better examples. Like, you know who Kevin Connolly is?
Yeah, I just watched something with him on it, I think.
Or like...
As of 2 weeks ago, there was just a Paul Rudd article in People magazine. I think the paparazzi is still interested in what he's bringing.
I'll go ahead. I'll take an L on Paul Rudd. I'll take an L, and I'm sorry that was a terrible example. I just like Paul Rudd, so that was a bad example.
I mean, to be fair, he would be a cool guy to be if you had to pick someone famous, but like
he's never really done anything bad, so he would be.
No, he's a likable guy. I don't think there's anyone that doesn't like Paul Rudd.
Okay, I'm trying to...
A great example of someone who's famous enough, but not famous enough for anyone to really know his name out in public is Seth Green.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Seth Green. Okay, I've seen this guy, but...
And like he's probably made a very good amount of money in his life.
For sure.
He's the voice. He's the voice of Chris and Family Guy. So like,
okay,
he's got stacks probably.
For sure.
How much money is he worth? $40 million.
That doesn't seem like that much. That's kind of crazy.
He has a net worth of $40 million. That's a good amount though. That sets you up for life.
And like when Chris and I were in Italy and we saw the guy from Lost.
That guy, that's a good example too. That guy was in Yellowstone and that's Josh Holloway, I think is his name.
Sure.
Yeah, it is. What's his net worth? Yeah, it is him. Josh Holloway's net worth is, he's 12 million. So his is a lot lower than Seth Green.
40 million seems low. I don't know why that doesn't seem like a lot to me.
40 million would be plenty to live on for your whole life.
That does seem low though, just because like how much money you think he's getting
from a million a year for the next 40 years gets me to
he's been doing the voice of Chris from Family Guy since 1999.
Yeah, and he makes $100,000 an episode for that, so $2 million a year since 1999 is 26 years almost.
40 million says his net worth, so that doesn't necessarily mean his income. Like he could be, I don't know how they calculate his net worth.
Yeah,
I don't quite understand the net worth calculation.
Yeah, they just got to be guessing at that.
Yeah, either way, I don't know. the moral of the
It
story
seems
is,
like he would own like a $40 million house and be making payments on that right now.
yeah, like that's the thing is he could be owning, yeah, he could own an $80 million house with a $40 million debt on it, and his net worth is $40 million.
Yeah. That's
Think about
correct.
that. Think about that. And an $80 million house would be insane.
That would be nuts.
Do they even have those?
No, I don't think. No,
Is that like a castle?
I don't think there's an $80 million house out there.
I feel like there probably is.
It's an island, maybe.
When 80 million is a lot.
Media mogul Byron Allen buys $100 million Malibu mansion. Let's see what this thing looks like. It's not even that big.
There's a $60 million house in Missouri.
There's no way this was
Why?
$100 million. I gotta show you guys this. This is crazy. If you paid $100 million for this house, you're an insane person.
Oh yeah, that's not even that big.
It's not even. Look at the front of it. Or I mean, that's not
Oh yeah, that's not worth it.
like.
I mean, that's a sick house, but not at that price.
Yeah,
No.
but like Tiger's compound and like all. I mean, that's crazy.
I'll be honest, the $60 million house in
Missouri.
looks better than that.
Dude, this $8.9 million house in Arkansas looks cooler. I'm currently reading in it's a most expensive house in every state.
Oh,
$105 million extravagant Aspen Oasis in Colorado.
You guys remember when we were looking at the house of the Yankee Candle family?
Yes.
That was insane. They had
Yeah.
a bowling alley, an indoor tennis court, like some crazy stuff in there.
we talking bowling alleys?
I'm talking
Do you know
bowling.
the largest bowling alley in the world is in Japan?
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Did you know that
I
Richard
bet you-
Nixon put in the first 2-lane bowling alley? No, he
No,
put in
no.
1 lane. Who put in Harry Truman?
Did we
That
learn these
dog.
things at trivia last night, Chris?
Oh, I learned them in college, so
Junior year or senior year?
just junior year.
Oh,
According
I
to
was gonna
this,
say
the most
something.
expensive house in Missouri is in Wentzville
okay.
What are they doing in Wentzville?
at 13.9 million.
I don't believe that.
Is
considering-
Wentzville high school just Wentzville?
Probably.
Right.
Did we ever play them in anything?
The parcel
No,
is
it's
situated
small.
in
It's
Wentzville, a
smaller.
suburb on the outskirts of St. Louis
It's
proper.
Holt, Wentzville Holt High School.
There's no way the most expensive house is in Wentzville.
No, because
That's gotta be wrong.
I just found the one that was $60 million in wherever that was.
This article was...
Braden is trying to convince a family to buy like a compound, so he keeps sending like $8 million compounds to the family like Instagram chat, like, "Hey, we should all like quit our jobs and go live here."
Does he
Dude,
genuinely think he has that much pull that he's influencing anyone there?
He's just making suggestions, I think.
Dude, I saw a Instagram reel about this compound that was for sale. I think it was in Florida or Georgia or something. And there was like a big house, and then there was like 8 small houses around it. I don't know. Okay, this is a good topic. Would you ever be interested in living on a compound with you and your like extended family?
I mean, I basically already do, so I think I would.
No.
I don't
I'd be
think I
down with
would.
it.
I don't
If
think
we had
I
a bunch
would.
of land with it too, I think so.
Well, you have to have a bunch of land with it, I think. Usually those come with a bunch of land.
Yeah.
I don't think I would. That's like really close for comfort. Personally. Adam, thoughts?
Yeah, I feel the same way. Love
Like-
my family, but I wouldn't need to see them.
Like I don't
That
have anything
frequently.
against it necessarily, Chris, but like I don't know. Like you're
Well, I feel
literally-
like we have different, like, the family makeups are very different too. Like, who would be on your compound?
Well, I mean, right now I don't have like a significant other. So I mean, like, I think though that under the hypothetical it'd be like me and a wife and like my kids, and then like my parents, I guess, and then like
See, that's very different than like us being like me and Alexa, Braden and Olivia, and then like their kids, and then like Sam and his potential spouse, and then they've got their younger sister.
Well, yeah, if I can
So like
build
we're all a
my
little bit closer.
if I can build my perfect compound, then sure. But I think what Dave's saying is like your entire family lives.
I think
Oh,
that
my parents aren't coming anywhere near that. No chance.
shots fired.
They're gonna have a stop order. Stop and frisk.
Hopefully they're not listening right now.
No, that's all right. I mean, I love them. They're not welcome. They can come. They can come if there's ever like an end of the world disaster or something.
And they can maybe like stay for a long weekend, but
For sure.
yeah.
So, because it's like, okay, so you're saying like you and kind of like the siblings.
The
of
siblings,
Alexa.
yeah. So more so people that like a little bit closer in age, so that you can got like your kids have other kids to play with, and like it just makes a little bit more sense that way. I feel like.
I feel like that makes it a little better, but there's just not enough people in my age,
That's
like
what
me
I'm
and
saying.
my
That's what
like
I'm saying.
it's
Yeah.
me and my
Yeah.
sister.
Yeah. So if that's the case, then I'm out. Yeah. Like if it's just. Yeah, that would be weird. There'd be no benefit to that, really, I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't even want like Kristen's like I would love to move into my parents' neighborhood. I'm like that's too close.
Yeah, she would.
We can go neighborhood over,
gonna
but
be
not
there.
the same neighborhood.
She's going to draw you in closer and closer.
No, she's always like she wants when her parents sell their house. She's like, I want to buy my parents' house. I'm like, no, that's weird.
No.
That's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Houses have
I feel like girls like that kind of thing. They're like always like, let's see how close we can get to my parents.
I mean, Jim Halpert pulled that move. It worked out great.
It almost didn't though.
It almost didn't. And he was risky about it. He was a risky dog.
Yeah. But I don't know. I guess I should probably stop talking over here. I'm sitting here talking about women trying to get close to their parents. But anyway. Yep. Anyway, so moving on that one.
Yeah, you said all you wanted to say about that, Dave?
Yeah.
Football. Let's talk about football.
Let's talk about college football. Because
Yeah, I'm so Chris, you can be all exasperated. I'm so in on college football this year.
October 12th.
What about October 12th?
It's like a crazy lineup of games.
Dude, I am like all in on college football. And
So-
this past week didn't even have that good of games, but I watched the two good ones. Like
before we get too deep into it, because I feel like one of the first things we talked about with college football ever on this podcast was Colorado. How do people feel about Colorado after 1 year of the Colorado experience and then week 1 of the Colorado experience this year?
Did they win? I didn't even see it.
They did.
They did, but it was
Barely.
a close one. Yeah, it was a close one.
And I feel like the national media was high on Deion last year, and now I feel like they hate Deion.
I don't think they hate him. I just feel like it's like really worn off.
I feel like people that not like ESPN talking about college football, but like the people that like actually get into the weeds of college football are like he kind of sucks.
yeah,
Like they're like he's ruined Colorado more or less.
People are saying that he's going to go to Dallas next year and coach the Cowboys.
I think that's correct. I think that.
I mean,
someone
that's-
was saying, and there's
That's
a
something
chance
that
they're both.
Jerry Jones would do,
Yeah.
for sure.
I agree that that's something he would do. I think that would be.
But
I
like,
think
can
that's
you
crazy.
imagine having to come into Colorado after Deion Sanders? Like he like only did, I think, transfer portal kids. He like didn't really recruit this year. He like
No,
basically like made a bunch of not made a bunch of kids leave, but more or less made a bunch of kids transfer.
yeah, I mean,
And they're not good.
they're not great. No, they're not good. They barely beat North
I do
Dakota
think
State.
Shadur and Travis Hunter are both very good though.
Yeah, that's pretty much two player team.
Mhm.
I think it's kind of crazy to say that he ruined Colorado because considering that they were like what 2-10 before he got there.
I mean, what were they last year?
Like
I mean, better than 2-10,
5-7, I guess. So,
I mean, he put them on the map for sure. Like people talk about them now, but I don't think many kids actually want to play there.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I'm not sure a lot of kids
I wouldn't
are
want
like.
to.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of kids.
I would
are
just
like,
feel like there's too much politics and like weird stuff going on there
Uh-huh,
that like it's just not even about football sometimes.
I agree. I think there's a lot of kids that would be like, I don't really want to go and have to deal with all of that there.
Yeah.
They were just talking about the college football landscape on local radio the other day, and it's just crazy with like NIL now. Like they were talking about like, can you imagine like a 19-year-old kid, like you're Nick Saban last year, a 19-year-old kid comes into your office and you're like, give me $1 million or I'm transferring. Like,
yeah,
that's the landscape of college football right now.
Well, and I think that's why like Nick Saban got out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of those old school guys definitely start to phase out. And I don't necessarily know if I love this era of college football. I feel like it needs to regress just like a little bit back to what it used to be.
Find a happy medium.
Yep, which I don't know how long it's going to take to get there, but I think paying players was the right thing to do. I just don't know how to go about, like, you're almost going to have to put like a salary cap on college.
I was going to say
like,
a salary cap, or like you have like 4 spots. It's kind of like a scholarships where there's like 4 NIL spots and they can make whatever they want, but you can only designate your, like, it's almost like a keeper league, right? So you can only designate a few people that are eligible for that kind of deal.
See, I almost think it needs to be more like they're all on like a salary.
Yeah. I think I think you should make them sign contracts and they have to stay. Like I think that it should be like
it's
more
like yeah, we will we'll guarantee you this much in NIL, but you have to serve all 4 seasons here or all 3 seasons here.
Or you have to
at least that seems
that's
reasonable.
what I think. That's what I think they should do.
Because the transfer portal has I think it's honestly the transfer portal more than NIL has made college football crazy.
Yeah. That's what I think. Like I don't have a problem with the NIL nearly as much as transfer portal because it's pretty much free agency. And then when you combine that with NIL, that really makes it free agency.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like NIL on by itself is not really the problem. But I don't know. And then let
me read you guys this week 12 schedule or October 12th schedule.
Let me hear it.
I want to hear it.
Florida, Tennessee, Ole Miss, LSU.
Yes.
Ohio State, Oregon for the first time.
So the first 2 games, I actually don't know how good those are going to be, but keep going.
Ole Miss and LSU 6 versus 18 right now.
Right now, this is come week 12.
Penn State, USC.
Not week 12. This is October 12th. So
October
it's
12th. So in a month.
Yeah, week 7. Sorry, go ahead, Chris.
Those are kind of the big ones, but there's also Mississippi State, Georgia, Clemson, Wake Forest, Kansas State, Colorado, Syracuse, NC State, Mizzou versus UMass, Georgia Tech versus
That'll
UNC.
Be a good one. I'll be in the house for that one.
Louisville, Virginia, Washington, Iowa, South Carolina, Alabama, and Texas, Oklahoma.
Dude, Texas, Oklahoma will be good.
That's like 5 good games.
3 versus 15.
Stanford, Notre Dame. That's not. Yeah.
So I think that Ohio State and Oregon will be good. 2 versus, but Oregon's looked a little shaky.
But they're conference rivals for the first time, right?
Yeah. On paper, right now, there's a lot of really good games.
Ole Miss and LSU. Why would that not be a good game?
I mean, I know LSU lost to a good team, but they lost. Who'd LSU lose to?
They just lost to USC. Yeah.
And I don't think a lot of people didn't really know what USC was coming into this year. I think a lot of people thought LSU was probably going to come out of that game pretty easy week 1.
They were 4-point favorites.
LSU or USC was.
LSU was 4-point
LSU was, yeah. I mean, again, it was week 1. They lost to another top 25 team. USC just might be better than people thought they were, more so than LSU was bad. But
Penn State.
Florida, I don't think is good.
No, I don't think so either. Penn State versus USC. You said Penn State's 8, USC's 13.
That'll be a good game.
I'm
kind of with you though. I haven't really been in on college football in a while, and I think it's just because Arkansas is terrible, and I haven't really cared so much about like watching not Arkansas games. But now for some reason I do feel like I'm more into college football this year.
Yeah. I was pumped. I mean, I watched USC versus LSU.
I say that, but then as soon as the NFL comes on, I'm not going to care.
I just can't do it.
Football.
I have to get priority restraint. I can't just sit on the couch and watch football all day Saturday and all day Sunday. It's just not.
You got to pick one day.
Because I want to watch college more than the NFL. Like, I want to do that, but the NFL is such a good product that I just
is.
But
it's really.
I'm going to try to commit myself.
It's all because of Red Zone, man.
Yeah. I'm going to try to commit myself to college.
Even without Red Zone, like even with the NFL, like I would always watch whatever game was on TV. Like it could be like the Browns versus the Jaguars. And like
I'm watching Thursday night football and Monday night football no matter what.
Start to finish.
Yeah. I mean, we sat through that Denver Broncos Colts game and South Carolina, and that was miserable.
And we watched every single minute of that football game.
Second of it. It was just like delicious torture at the end.
Delicious torture. On college this week, Texas and Michigan are playing. That's 3 versus 7. That'll be good.
Yeah.
This week.
I hate to say it because I don't like Texas, but I think Texas is going to roll Michigan.
I also agree, and as we have established many a time, I will be very happy about that because I don't like Michigan. I despise Michigan, actually. So that'll be good. But it is at Michigan. It's at Michigan. Missed opportunity putting that game at 11 o'clock in the morning also on Saturday. That sucks.
I don't know. I feel like college football is doing more spreading out their good games so they're not competing for
airtime.
Yeah.
Yeah. But is there a good night game? Let's see. Let's check this out. Tennessee versus NC State is 2 ranked teams. At 6:30 on Saturday night on ABC. Is Clemson on upset? I'll go ahead and
Iowa State, Iowa.
Go ahead and mark me down on this. Clemson could be on upset alert against Appalachian State on Saturday night.
Ooh, Appalachian State's always good for an upset, and Clemson stinks.
Yeah, and they're ranked, but they do kind of stink. So Oregon could also be on upset alert against Boise State on Saturday night on Peacock.
I think that one was a little bit more flash in the pan. I think Oregon will be all right.
You think so?
I do.
I'll throw some money on App State right now.
Couple shekels?
Throw a couple shekels that way. Throw some on there. Anyway, so we're always good for a little betting talk here.
Yeah, we are.
Tune in that.
Got him. Gotcha. They're 6.
We can still post our picks.
For sure. We can still have some fun with it. The brand's not dead. We're just maybe not talking all the time.
We're just pivoting. We're pivoting.
Look, we're trying to talk ourselves out of
maybe just a little clip here and there.
Appalachian State at Clemson Tigers. Yeah, Moneyline Appalachian State plus 550.
Ooh. Put it down for a little hot dog. That juice is worth the squeeze.
Locked.
There you go. So, and then NFL this week.
Friday game.
Yeah, week 1. We got Thursday night football, Chiefs and Ravens, correct?
Yep.
They
did this little segment on a little local sports radio last week, but I want to get your guys' take on it. We're going to do it on the fly here. Give me one team that wasn't in the playoffs last year that you think makes the playoffs this year, and then the reverse. One team that made the playoffs last year that won't make it this year.
Let's see. So last year playoff team that won't make it this year.
I'll go Jets and Texans.
So you're saying the Texans don't make the playoffs?
Oh wait,
the
no,
Jets
no, no.
I think
either the Jets or the Texans to make the playoffs because neither of them made it last year.
I think the Texans did make it last year.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
How the hell did they do that?
But I do like your Jets pick. They are a team that I think,
if all goes right, but nothing will go right, and they'll end up right back where they were.
yeah, Aaron Rodgers will injure himself like week 2.
I don't think he'll injure himself. I just don't think. I don't know.
They just have a really talented roster, and their defense is good.
It just seems too good to be true.
I also think that division isn't as good as it was last year. I think the Dolphins and the Bills both got worse.
Yeah. Did the Bengals not make the playoffs last year?
No, they're an easy pick. They're an easy pick to say they didn't make it last year. We'll make it this year because
Jamar Chase went to practice.
Joe Burrow should be healthy.
Yeah, I'm picking the Bengals to make it, and I think the Bucs don't make it.
I like both of those. Selfishly, I think the Chargers are going to make the playoffs because I really think Brandon Staley was just that bad, and having competent coaching will be huge for them.
The Seahawks made the playoffs last year?
They're another one that I don't think makes the playoffs.
Yeah. No.
Oh, the Vikings aren't going to make the playoffs this year?
No.
I don't think so. I mean, maybe they squeak a wild card round or something.
I don't know. I think they
don't have a lot to
They're the
on this
third.
year.
I think there's an argument to even be made that some people will probably say the Bears are better than
the
them.
Bears could be better.
We'll see. Bears have to win this first game against the Titans. If they don't, it's just same old Bears.
I kind of agree. I feel like they got to set the tone. I know.
Yep.
I don't think in reality it's
not fair to say that,
do or die, but they need to set the tone.
Mm-hmm.
For Bears fans.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
On paper, there's definitely an argument to be made that the Bears are a better team than the Falcons, but I'm not ready to say that.
Could the Jags be sneaky good this year? Probably not, but maybe.
Could be.
They got anyone?
Yeah, they got Trevor.
Trevor Lawrence.
They got
Etienne.
Christian Kirk.
They drafted Brian Thomas. He's going to be a good little rookie receiver.
Good little rookie receiver.
Evan Engram at the tight end position.
That guy's had a long, good career.
I think the Falcons could be a playoff team just because the NFC South is bad.
I think the Falcons could be really good this year. They kind of have a lot of good. I mean, Kyle Pitts with an actual quarterback.
And they got a new head coach. There's a lot to be excited about.
Who did they
Atlanta.
take? Who did they have at running back?
People are high on the Falcons.
Huh? Yeah.
Bijan Robinson.
Yeah, they could be really good.
People are real high on the Falcons.
Could the Chargers be good this year? I think they could.
They're
couple rookie quarterbacks, right? Or rookie receivers.
Yeah.
Basic rookie receiver, and then Quentin Johnson was useless last year, so he's basically a rookie for a second time. I think they're going to be a pretty boring watch, but I think they're going to win a lot of games because Jim Harbaugh just loves to run the football.
That's a good.
It's going to be a down year for Justin Herbert, but like the most successful season that he's had.
I like that. Him running the ball a lot though, but then throwing some bombs off the run.
A lot of play action.
And that's where that rookie receiver comes in because he's fast, isn't he? What's his name?
Ladd McConkey.
Oh, yeah.
Ladd.
They do have Jerry Rice's son as well.
Brendan Rice?
Yep.
Yeah.
He could be decent. Who knows?
He is Jerry Rice's son, so he's got the genes.
Did the Steelers make the playoffs last year?
No.
They
didn't make it this year.
I don't think they did.
No, they didn't. Oh, they did. Steelers, Bills.
They did not, did they?
It's Steelers, Bills, Dolphins, Chiefs, Browns, Texans.
Little wild
Packers,
card matchup. Steelers, Bills. The
Somehow
Steelers.
the Packers and the Cowboys, though, in that division, that's just garbage. They were both bad.
So
Well,
the
would you look
Steelers,
at
the
that?
Steelers don't make the playoffs.
Huh. So the Steelers made the playoffs with what's his name at quarterback? Kenny?
Combination of Kenny Pickett, Mitch Trubisky, and Mason Rudolph, baby.
Committee.
That's right.
So maybe they do make the playoffs again. Maybe they're even better than they were last year.
That's what I was going to say. Their quarterbacks are arguably better.
I'm excited, though. I'm excited for some football.
Always.
It's something I've been missing from my life for a little while.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like that set, like football time Thursday night. It gets
Thursday
you-
night.
You're at that Wednesday hump, and you're like, all right, I really don't even have to make it to the weekend. I just gotta make it to Thursday night football, and then
I
it's
know.
Friday. And
Because
then you're
Thursday night football really kicks off the weekend, kind
For
of.
me,
all day Thursday, I'm looking at bets. Getting ready.
Yeah. Which that's another thing though, is now it's full on betting season. I
Fantasy
haven't bet.
football comes back, gets you going. That's another thing. Keep you a little busy.
I haven't
football
bet
just
in
makes me
so
think
long.
of fall.
Yeah, for
Oh,
sure.
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
yeah, 100%.
I want to sit down. I want to watch Sunday night football with a hearty bowl of chili.
Oh, wow. I haven't bet in so long, and now it is full on betting season, baby.
Yeah,
I got the
I was
itch.
thinking about just like dumping like 500 into my sports book and just riding it out.
500.
How did football figure it out so much? Like, why is football the sport that makes you guys so excited to bet? How come you don't get that excited
it's
about
the
betting other
most-
sports?
It's the easiest to bet on.
It's the easiest to bet on. It's
Is
the
it, though?
most. Yes.
I feel like there
Yeah.
are so many things you can bet on with all sports, though.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's
You've
so
even
much
said-
more predictable.
Like, Dave, I feel like you've even said, like, you've made some of your most money doing, like, baseball bets.
Oh, I've had the most success on baseball, but it's just not as fun.
Yeah,
So
but
I
I
would
think,
feel like
even if you
it's-
think about like a player prop, right?
So you said easiest, though. So what's your definition of it's the easiest to bet on, then?
it's much easier to say that X running back is going to make over 40 rushing yards than it is to say X baseball player is going to hit over 2 home runs or get over 2 on bases. Like, it's just much more. The numbers are all much more approachable.
I feel like so I agree with what you're saying, Chris. I feel like when you bet over 39 and a half rushing yards for a running back, every offensive play, it's possible that could happen, right? Like he could
Right.
break off a run for 40 yards.
You're watching your bet pretty much the entire game. Where
Exactly.
with
With
baseball, you have
baseball-
to wait every 3 innings for your guy to come
Exactly.
up to do something. I don't
And-
disagree with you. I was just playing devil's at. Like I said, how did
Yeah.
football figure it out so much?
Yeah.
But I think it's just
it's
the
just
sport
slower pace to. Well, not. I mean,
I
guess
also
not
feel like
slower pace than
football
baseball, but
is easier. Like there's baseball every single night, but I don't want
Yeah.
to tune in to watch the Guardians play the
Right.
Orioles to see if Gunnar Henderson's going to hit a home run. But
Mhm.
I don't care what we were just saying earlier. I don't care what the Thursday night matchup is. I don't care what the Monday night matchup is. I could get myself interested to watch that just by betting on it, where I couldn't get myself interested to watch a random baseball game just by betting on it.
I mean, even just the Monday night theme song gets me jazzed up. I don't
Uh-huh.
care who's playing. Just that, hearing that gets me going.
Bum, 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 bum.
Who's
But-
going to do the Monday night song this year? Who was it last year?
Kid Rock, wasn't it?
Or was it Stapleton?
No, Stapleton and
Oh,
Snoop
yeah.
Dogg, wasn't it? Snoop
don't
Dogg
know.
was in there.
Snoop
but-
Dogg's everywhere.
I know. And I
It
also,
really is.
on another note too, is even though I've won or had a lot of success with baseball, the fact of the matter is it's also less sustainable to sit there and bet on baseball every single night versus football. It's like less frequency.
It's the same thing with fantasy football. That's why football is the easiest to play fantasy, because I don't have to check every single day, constantly pick up players, drop players. Like,
Yeah, I mean, think about it. Like, if I'm just thinking, okay, Bengals are playing this team this week. I know that Joe Burrow is always going to be the quarterback.
Yeah.
On baseball, I have to figure out who's pitching on both teams.
Mm-hmm.
I got to figure out, who just pitched so I can see who the relievers are.
You have to think about the matchup even a little bit more. Like,
Exactly.
how does this player perform against that pitcher?
And you almost have to be like more educated on it, which I feel like I am pretty educated on baseball. But it's like I'm educated on baseball, but I don't know what Gunnar Henderson's splits are against right-handed pitchers.
Yep.
Or against a specific pitcher, like
who throws a crazy sinker that he's somehow not good at hitting or something like that.
The one pitch that he doesn't hit well is the sinker. This guy has a great sinker.
Right.
Yep.
Whereas
Exactly.
you could just be like, okay, well, the Ravens have a really strong secondary. I'm probably
It's just easier to follow.
Yeah, it's just easier.
It's so much easier to follow. Yeah.
Good answer.
I love it. We've broken it down.
They really have figured it out, and I like that they're still trying new things. I think last year didn't they try like 2 Monday night games that kicked off at the same time or something like that for the season opener, or maybe the second week or something like that.
I don't know if it was the same time, but there was definitely 2 Monday night games a couple
and that
times.
was not the move. I love this little Thursday Friday action. I love that.
Yep. I do too.
Thursday football, Friday football, Saturday football, Sunday football, Monday football.
Every night.
That's crazy.
Single night.
And then they sprinkle it where they throw the London games in there. So then you're getting an
Brazil
NFL game at 8 a.m. that rides
Runs
right into
right
the
in.
noon start.
And then
Personally, I'm a
a.m.
Premier League fan, so I get my Premier League mornings that run right into NFL.
But when they have those London
Fall
games, you have football.
sports is just the best.
You have football from 8 a.m. all the way until 10:30 p.m. on a Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Don't love that, because I will say there's a few things I love more than getting an early round in the morning and coming home and just sitting on the couch and growing roots after that. That gets me jazzed up.
A little 8 a.m., little 7:30 tea time,
Well,
get back,
7:30
shower,
tea time.
and you are horizontal right at countdown on Scott
God, I
Hansen's
love
NFL
being
Red Zone.
horizontal, dude. I love it.
I love being horizontal.
Are you a
Something
lay on the
about
couch or a sit on the couch?
Oh, I don't think I've ever sat on my couch before.
I don't.
Always horizontal.
Always horizontal.
I don't like being straight up and down. I'm a big. God's invention was the recliner in my.
I need one, dude. I need one in my life.
I love a recliner, and then they doubled down with the reclining couch. I can't sit on a couch that doesn't recline.
Yeah.
My
100%
couch
agree.
doesn't recline. It's the worst.
Except, hold on, I just said that. And if you don't have a reclining couch, then you got to have a sectional so you can sit in the corner. And
Oh yeah, the
straight.
king spot.
Yeah.
I love that spot.
Yeah, I mean that serves the same purpose. So.
Yep.
The
Either way,
legs have to be elevated,
legs have
no
to be
matter what.
elevated. Yeah.
No matter what.
The legs have to be
What
off
am I
the
gonna
ground.
sit here like I'm at the office?
Yeah, if I walked in,
Nerd.
like if I just walked into a buddy's house and he was watching TV, just sitting there like this, I'd
Like,
turn around and walk out. I'd be like,
Yeah.
"We're not
What
doing
is
this.
wrong?
All right,
with you?
weirdo.
Try again.
Oh,
I'm gonna do a lap around the block. You need to figure it out, and I'll come back in. We'll try this again."
No, I really do need to get a recliner in my life. The problem is I don't think it meets the aesthetic threshold for our furniture purchases.
Oh no, you
Which-
can find good looking.
I've been told
No,
the same.
I know you can. Trust me, I know you can. You can spend just
Uh-huh.
$6,000 on a recliner if you wanted to.
Yeah, you can find a good looking recliner. You kidding me?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
You'll understand
your lady,
one of these
You'll
days.
understand someday.
your ladies need to be introduced to good looking recliners. I'll show them. I'll come to your house. I'll bring a catalog to both of your ladies' homes.
I'd love a Lazy Boy catalog, sure.
That doesn't need to be a lazy boy. That's not going to serve its purpose with their aesthetic. I'll show them. I'll send them an email.
They make really
recliner-
nice Lazy Boys. What are you talking about?
I know they do, but it doesn't have to be a lazy boy.
The recliner that will meet the aesthetic needs of Kristen will be the most uncomfortable recliner of all time.
Yeah, for sure. I have the perfect example.
I want the ugly, kind of worn down looking recliner because
you're
that's peak recliner.
Yes.
Well, maybe
That's-
we could just ease into it, boys. Let's
Chairs
just
in
not get-
general, women are weird about for some reason. Like they'll love the most impractical but an aesthetically pleasing chair that sits in the corner that no one will ever sit in, but somehow it matches the room well, and so that's
Ties it all together.
Is this on the same line as like unnecessary pillows?
Yeah, very similar.
All right, cool. Got it.
That you switch out based on the season. You need your fall pillows, and you need your Christmas pillows.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Speaking of homes, I gotta ask a question, Chris. Can we get an update on the
Yeah, how have we made it almost an hour into this and we haven't talked about the bats?
Yeah, on the bat situation. For those at home, Chris has a bat infestation. It is
Bats are gone. Bats are gone.
Yep.
As far as I'm concerned.
Further context, I'm the one that discovered the bats. I was trying to sleep and the bat attacked me.
Did you get a rabies shot?
No, I did not. No, I did not.
Risky.
I know. So if I die, it was fun knowing you guys, but I lived a good life.
By the time you figure out by the time you're showing symptoms, it'll be too late.
It'll be too damn late.
I think it's already too late.
It is, I think, at this point.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, I can't believe that those guys that came, the company that specializes in this, didn't realize that the window was open.
That's
How do you
unbelievable.
not catch that?
I can't believe that the guys came out to the house and said I was lying.
I can't believe that they said there was some signs of bad activity, but didn't do anything about it. Some is too many signs.
No, they would have done something about it. They just quoted us $3,000 to do something about it.
That's right.
We'll bat-proof you for $3,000. I'll close the window for free. How about that?
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. That was, honestly, though, looking back, that made some of the best memories.
I slept through the whole thing.
Mitch's fantasy football team name.
Like, yeah, Adam, you did sleep through it. But, like, the fact that everyone believed me, but acted like they didn't believe me. And then Mitch goes up there and walks in that room with Evan, and that thing swooped down right by his head. They slam the door. Everyone's like, all right, that thing's in that room. Everyone goes to bed, and then Sam comes barreling down into the basement, hyperventilating to wake Chris up, and is like, the bat's out on the main floor of the home. And then Chris, next thing you know, has an umbrella and a broom and is batting the thing.
What did you end up doing with it, Chris? Did you just leave it in that bag on your driveway?
Yep, Schrodinger's cat. It's both dead and alive.
Is
the bag still there?
No.
When was trash pickup?
last Friday.
Did you put it into a trash can?
I did.
When you picked up the trash bag, was any movement detected?
No.
Was the thing dead?
That thing suffocated.
Maybe. Well,
maybe.
No way to know.
Yeah.
Did you
I don't
feel
want that blood on my hands. I actually really like bats. Like, I think bats get a bad rap.
When you picked up the bag, did you feel any weight in the bag?
Well, the trash can lid was in the bag, so yeah.
So there was a lot of weight.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
We just threw away the trash can lid.
No, you're just out a trash can lid.
I forgot about that. Okay. All right.
How did they eradicate the bats? How did they get the rest of them out of there?
Oh, I think they just left.
So all we had to do was close the window?
Yeah.
I think they probably got scared and got the heck out.
Yeah, I think two of them probably got out, and then the other one was too big probably to get out or something like that.
That one was a good size.
It wasn't that big.
It was decent size.
They're crazy looking, but
yeah,
I'll tell you one thing I for sure hate more than bats. It's mosquitoes. There's nothing I hate more on this planet Earth than mosquitoes.
Than the skeeter?
And you know what bats get rid of?
They gorge on mosquitoes.
Yep, they do. They do. And we just eradicated the thing.
Maybe you need to invite the bats back in.
Well, that's what I was telling Dave is I might put like a bat house out in the backyard, like away from the house, so that they have a little place to live, so that I can pay reparations to the bat community for my murder.
He's just inviting them. He's
your
inviting
sins.
them back in.
You can come back to stay out here.
Yeah, this
And
this
it's
is
gonna be
your
nice and
home.
cozy. We
Yeah.
built this just for you.
I will guarantee you this. I can't wait to come back to your house, but I will never go and sleep in that room again.
Do you think people want to come back? Do you think people had fun this year?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay.
plan to come back next year. What are you talking about?
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, what the heck?
I plan to shoot another 108 at
I mean, unless
Fire Lake.
unless
and
I
have a
don't
hell
get
of a time
invited.
doing it.
Unless I don't get invited because I caused a stir this time
A ruckus.
by just going into a room with the bat. By being the one that was in the room with the bat.
Yeah, we had
If
a
I-
centipede in the basement too. Disgusting house, honestly.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, that was day one when you guys were playing poker. Centipede
Yeah.
centipede in the basement.
Where was I when that happened? I didn't see that.
We were on the couch. It was a much smaller scale conversation.
Oh, okay. I do remember that actually. I don't care about centipedes.
Yeah, they're kind of chill.
Yeah, they're kind of chill, but yeah.
They're
anyway,
also kind of not. They're also kind of crazy.
They're just gross, but like I can get away from a centipede pretty easily,
I can't get away from a bat.
as easily.
I just simply probably can't at all. I mean, I don't think it's
average. What's the average flight speed of a bat? We think.
Quick, I saw it with my own eyes. Thing was moving.
23 miles per hour.
15.
Ooh, not that fast. Michael Scott ran faster than that.
Glenny Balls ran faster than that.
He's fast. I already hired him.
Yeah. Anyway, as long as you invite me back, then I plan to come back.
You're welcome back anytime. Literally anytime. So
Good.
Pizza was great. California burrito was
It
nice.
was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Okay.
I liked that.
okay, I'm glad.
I liked that a lot. Did you have fun?
I did. Yeah, had
Are
a
you
great
lying?
time.
I
No, I
was
had a great time.
I was
You're
Oh,
far too
lying.
much of a liability at TPC Deer Run.
That's what I
Oh.
was worried about. I was worried that the non-ridiculous, crazy, try-hard golfers thought it was too long of a day on Sunday or Saturday.
Dude, our group had
Because
an
we played
absolute time.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I know you
was-
guys did. You're
like,
taking
I
your
was-
sweet ass time. We're like 4 holes ahead of you guys.
Dude, it was awesome. Like I was worried that I think we were worried that you guys weren't having nearly as good of a time as us.
Oh no, we were in our element. Yeah, that was.
And
great.
I wasn't. And when I say we were worried about it, I don't think we were really worried at all. But we were having a time.
Yep. Much less focused on golf. Our group for sure.
Yeah, we were kind of getting after it.
Yeah,
I mean, we were
and
doing TikTok dances and with the cart girl, and
the payouts from the games.
Did it even
kinda-
happen?
No,
didn't happen.
no, we just had fun. That was all
Yeah,
it
it
was
was
about.
it was a good time.
Yeah, that is exactly what happened. And it was a good time.
What do you guys think, Fire Lake or TPC Deer Run? What do you like more?
I personally like Deer Run more, but Fire Lake was like
Fire Lake
awesome.
was sick. That was
Yeah,
just
it's
a very
awesome.
hard course.
I think it's awesome, and it was just so hard.
It was very hard. It's a very hard course.
But that was a sick course. I would like to play it again.
For some reason, it doesn't seem like it should be hard when you look at it, but it really is. I mean, that third hole is probably one of the hardest holes I've ever played.
Yeah, that hole's wild.
Yeah, and I played a lot better there than I played at TPC, and it was so hard. It was really hard, but
don't know.
I mean, I loved it.
I can't judge my ability of how I played at TPC because, like I said, I was a liability to myself and those around me.
I think. I mean, I say I played a lot better at Fire Lake, and I kind of agree. Like, I don't know how I can really.
I will say, like,
I had a quadruple
playing
John Daly.
36 on Sunday was a long day objectively because we did have a gap in between those tee times too,
Mm-hmm.
and because of that, I mean, by the time we had finished dinner, it was like 8:00,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah,
And
it was
so at
late.
that point, and everyone was kind of gassed.
Yeah.
So we kind of lost Saturday night a
Yep.
little bit, which
Mhm.
ideally we change, but the only way to change it is to take Friday off, and I don't think everybody wants to really do that either.
I mean, I will say at least I don't know about like Alexa's friends, but like most of our friends are like done getting married. So like so much of my PTO has been centered around like wedding activity and things like that. That's coming
Very
to an
true.
end that I will have a lot more Fridays that I could toss
I
an
agree.
8-hour PTO day on. Because I agree that I think doing like we come down Thursday night, play around Friday, play around Saturday would be a lot better than like I love a good 36 whole day, but like you said, when it's already a short weekend and we had to get up so early Saturday that a lot of people went to bed early on Friday,
Yep.
and then
I
like
agree.
It was very golf focused.
Yep,
Very
yeah.
golf focused, which is good. It's good and bad, but I do feel like we didn't get as much hangout time as I
Yep.
would have liked.
I was gonna
to
say
have.
like Dave,
Yeah.
for example,
I
I at
agree.
least had the luxury of playing with you the first 18 on Saturday. Like Dave didn't get to play with you either day on Saturday, and then when we got back, we
I
were all
know.
just kind of like laying around. So we didn't, like you
Yeah,
said, we
Chris.
kind of lost out on hangout time.
I didn't even
Yeah.
see you the entire trip, Chris.
You could have played poker. You wouldn't.
Touche. Well, we also got to ride in the car together. I loved your car.
Yeah, that thing is terrifying me. It's making so many noises and sounds, and
Oh no.
I just don't. I just know I'm walking into a trap.
Oh no. You've only had it for 2 weeks.
I know, and it's making sounds when I'm not even pressing the gas or the brakes. It's just like rolling. It's making sounds.
Oh no.
Quality purchase.
Oh
Quality
no.
purchase.
It's not even mine
$3,000.
yet. It's not even mine yet.
$3,000 service incoming.
Yeah,
Yeah.
easily.
No, that's not true. But all
Time
right.
check. Time check. What do you think?
We're
We're
hour and 8.
oh, hour 106.
106. Do we call it, boys?
I think we do. Is there anything else we want to discuss?
It's been an absolute pleasure. Never gonna talk to you guys again. It's weird.
See ya forever.
Can't
How long?
wait.
What's our
This is
T
the
minus countdown to the Kaepernick's Classic?
5 weeks, 6 weeks.
Nice.
Yeah, it's October the what? 18th. No,
We will-
16th.
We leave the 16th.
It's actually terrifying that
The
none
one,
of that's
two,
paid
three,
for
four,
yet.
five. Yeah,
I know.
I'm gonna hate that.
That's not
Ah!
great. I don't like that one bit. I don't like that at all.
Yeah, when Kent sprinkled that one on me, I was like, ooh, kind of forgot about that.
Yeah, I really would. I really would love a payment plan, or something, or just like, hey, Venmo me the first quarter of it now.
Like,
Then-
even
he
if
did
Kent-
offer that up. He offered that at one point.
But yeah, even if Kent was just like raking it in, then he just paid it all when we got there. Like I would have liked, over the
Yeah.
course of this time, like I could have personally been doing that, I guess, just like setting money aside specifically for this. But
I guess we typically pay for golf while we're there on the trip, right?
no, because we book it through like Golf Pack.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
because we book it so many months in advance, like we do exactly what we're talking about, that I pay like a little bit each month.
Yep. Instead, now we just have to pretty much come up with $1,700.
Yep. Lump sum.
It's
Honestly, what we should do is, this sounds crazy, but it's actually a really good idea. We could pay for the trip in January, put all the money into like a high yield CD, 9-month CD, make 4.5% on it, and use that to pay for a little treat on the trip.
I like where your head's at.
That is just smart, is what it is. Smart financing.
There's a couple credit unions that have like a 4.5% APR on a 9-month CD right now.
U.S. Bank, where I do my banking, is 3.95. I get little postcards in the mail like every
What's
week.
5% of 10 grand?
5% of 10 grand.
Yeah, I
500.
guess $500.
$500.
Nah, not worth it.
Not as good of a deal as we thought.
Yeah, that's really not very much. That's not very much. What does
That-
$500 get
That
us?
pays for cocktails at dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
Mm.
Those
Not
dinners
worth
are going to be
it at all.
amazing, though.
They will.
Well, we got that specialty chef dinner coming in.
Yeah.
Yep.
$200.
I'm excited for this year. I think it's going to be a really good change and a good vibe. Just
Yep.
in general.
Just a good
Yep.
vibe switch.
Yeah.
All
All right, boys.
Well, boys.
I'll send you pictures from Canada, eh?
Oh, that'll be
Hey.
sick.
I love that. Enjoy
Whistler, right?
Banff.
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 Ooh.
Enjoy that.
We're going to Glacier first in Montana.
Yep.
And then we're driving up to Banff.
That's going to be an incredible trip. Are you going to do any fishing while you're there?
We discussed it, and I don't think you really can. Like, I don't think they sell permits to fish in national parks usually. Yeah. Maybe they do.
No,
but we have so many hikes planned. We have like a packed itinerary the full time. But we are playing We're playing Banff Springs, which is like top 15 ranked public course in the world.
It's incredible. I've seen pictures.
It's going to be crazy. And then we're playing Silvertip too, which should be awesome.
The pictures from Banff Springs are insane.
Yeah, $500 round.
You're going to get some crazy views.
It'll be my most expensive round of golf ever.
Dude, take some good pictures because like Banff is on my bucket list of places I want to go. Not like it's a very attainable bucket list item, but like I want to go there.
Yeah, so, I will. Will do. If I don't get eaten by a bear.
Sweet. Yeah, don't get eaten.
All right, boys.
All right.
For one last time, that's Nightly Nonsense. See ya.
I'm a beautiful butterfly.
I'll be the same.
See you next week.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for watching, Zach. We appreciate you.